So basically in yesterday's class we have seen about the Java concepts, right? What is a class, what is a constructor, how to create a constructor, and how can we create an object to a class which contains a constructor, and all those things we have seen in yesterday's class. So our objective in conducting a today's class over here is to see about various kinds of Selenium related commands. Okay. I would like to write down the various kinds of Selenium related commands. How can I write down the Selenium related commands over here? Okay. How can I write a Selenium related commands? Okay. That's fine. How we are gonna write that? Okay. The simple point over here is by default we can write our Selenium programs in the Eclipse editor. This is the first point. Okay, by default we can write them. The simple thing is all the Selenium programs or else all the Selenium commands are there in default Selenium class. Okay, default Selenium is a class which contains all the Selenium related commands. If I would like to write down any commands, means we need to create an object to that class first. So let's go back to our Eclipse editor and let's try to write down this scenario. So first of all, in my Eclipse editor, I'm just opening up my projects. So we have created a Jyoti project for which we have created couple of packages. Now I'm creating a new class under the scripts package with a name as RC1. My first code I am naming it as a RC1 and click on this main method and I clicked on this finish button. I just added my main method and I clicked on a finish button. A new Java class was created. So here what I'm gonna do now means once after I have created my class, the next step is we need to create an object to default Selenium class is equal to new default Selenium. I have created an object to this class. The initial error message it is throwing as this class is from a different package. If at all you would like to use that class means you need to import that class to the current package. Okay, that's fine. It's gonna import it. Whereas on the right hand side, it's throwing an error message. And if I place my cursor on that one, it is displaying. Okay, see here, it is displaying that we need to pass a parameters. It is displaying that we need to pass a parameters to this particular one. Okay, we need to pass a parameters to this particular one. So here we need to pass a parameters means the simple point which we need to consider over here is this class contains a constructor. That's the reason while creating an object it is asking the parameters. Okay, that's fine. So here this class is looking for four parameters: a string, integer, string and a string. The four different parameters looking for this class are string as a first parameter, p2 as an integer, p3 as a string, and again p4 as a string. So these are all the four different parameters which we need to pass, guys. Okay, so these are all the four different parameters which we need to pass: p1, p2, p3 and a p4. These are all the four different parameters which I need to pass. So what is a p1? What exactly we need to pass in a p1? What is a p2? What exactly we need to pass in a p2? What is a p3? What exactly we need to pass in a p3? Like that, let's study this information. So p1, on which a machine you are executing this script? On which a machine you are executing this script? If at all you are executing this script on your local machine, then change this value as a local host. Okay, if at all I am running my script on my own laptop, the personal laptop, I can change this one to a local host. If at all I am running my script on any kind of remote machines, then we need to specify that remote machine name here. Then we need to specify that a remote machine name here. Whatever the remote machine we are working on, we need to specify that a remote machine name here. That's the first parameter. By default, 99% of the cases, this parameter value is a local host itself. That's fine. And the other parameter is a port P2, which is of an integer type, wherein which we need to pass the port on which the server is running. You know that our Selenium server will execute. We need to start our Selenium server manually. So on which port you need to start your Selenium server need to be specified over here. On which port you would like to start your Selenium server need to be specified here as this parameter. And by default, 99% of the cases my Selenium server will run on 4444 port. Okay, by default my Selenium server will run on a 4444 port only. That's fine. By default my Selenium server will run on a 4444 port only. That's fine. Done up to here. Once we are done up to here, the next parameter is a P3 on which browser you would like to run the script. I would like to run my script on either an IE browser, specify it as an IE. I would like to run my script on a Firefox browser, specify it as a Firefox, Chrome, Safari, whatever the browser you would like to run that script, specify that particular browser name. And finally, the last parameter is the application URL. On which application you would like to run this particular script need to be specified over here. What exactly the application URL? We need to specify that application URL here. Okay, we need to specify that application URL here, guys. Whatever the application is there, we need to specify that application URL as our fourth parameter. That's it. So these are all the four different parameters which we need to pass. Okay, so these are all the four different parameters which we need to pass to our default Selenium class. Okay, am I clear for everybody, or do you people have any specific questions for me? Is this point clear for you all? What are all the various parameters that we need to pass for the default Selenium class? Fine, guys, done. So this is the thing. So this is the way how exactly we need to pass the various kinds of parameters to our default Selenium class. Go back to the script and pass the parameters. The P4, see here, I would like to execute my test script on a bing.com application. Specify the bing.com URL here, http www.bing.com. I would like to run my script on a facebook.com, facebook.com. I would like to run my script on a google.com, change it to a google.com. But whenever we are specifying here, we need to specify the protocol. It's HTTP or HTTPS, whatever it might be, we need to specify that protocol. So go back here. The first parameter is a local host. The second parameter is a 4444. The third parameter is a star Firefox. I would like to run my script on a Firefox browser. Star, which we need to add as a prefix, http www.bing.com as my application URL. Guys, I just specified the whole stuff. See, on the left hand side, it is displaying a default Selenium as a striked off. The meaning of this one is it's a depreciated version. Right now, we are not at all using this Selenium RC. That's the reason to notate. That's the reason it's been displaying in a strike off symbol. Nowadays, no one is using this one, which is a depreciated version. Okay, which is a depreciated version. That's fine, guys. Done up to here. We just specified the whole things. Once we are done up to here, the other point of what exactly we need to do is I just specified this stuff. Now, once after creation of an object is done, the next point what additionally I need to do over here is in IDE, the browser was already launched and we performed the actions on a opened browser. Whereas moving on to the WebDriver, we need to launch our browser and we need to perform the actions on that. In either RC or a WebDriver, we need to launch our browser. Obj name dot start is a command which is used to launch the browser. Guys, I'm just adding a comments to my test script. Below command will launch the browser. Okay, below command will launch the browser, which is obj name dot start is a command which is used to launch the browser. That's fine. And then once the browser was launched, I need to open the application. If you remember the IDE commands, in order to open the application, the corresponding command is a open. Obj name dot open. Okay, obj name dot open. See, I'm just specifying a slash over here, which is whatever the URL specified in a default Selenium class plus the content what we specified here will be opened. So I am not specifying any value over here. So when we run the script, whatever the URL we have specified in a default Selenium class, it will be opening that. Let me run my script to cross check this one. So right click, run as a Java application. See here, it's throwing an error message stating that could not contact your Selenium server. Have you started it on a local host 4444 only? We haven't started our Selenium server yet. So, in order to start the Selenium server, guys, there are a n number of ways. We can start it from a program, or else we can start it from a command prompt, or else we can start it using an Eclipse editor also. There are n number of ways to start the Selenium server, but I am choosing a command prompt option to start the Selenium server. In order to start the Selenium server, we need to go to the folder in the command prompt where exactly your Selenium server is. In my D drive, under the library folder, we have a Selenium server. See here, I would like to start Selenium server standalone 2.48.0.jar. I just specified the name and click on a enter button. So whenever I hit enter button in the console or else in the command prompt, Selenium server is up and running message that got displayed for me. Now right click, run as a Java application. I'm just executing my test script now. When my script got executed, two browsers instances got launched. See, one in which it contains a small browser window where in which the actual application got opened. This contains the actual application. This window contains the actual application where in which from the actual application, okay, from the actual application, if you clearly observe, it's launched in a minimized mode. Whereas it launched another browser in a maximized mode, which contains the command history, which will be stating what are all the commands it got executed. What are all the commands it got executed? It will be displaying those commands here in a command history. So the conclusion point is whenever we executed our test script in RC, it will launch two browser instances, one in a maximized mode and the other one is in a minimized mode. Okay. Am I clear for you all so far, or do you people have any specific questions for me? Now, is this point clear for you all? Mukesh, Vaide, Vidya, Jyoti, Shruti? Fine. Done. Once we are done up to here, the other point of what exactly we need to do is, now I would like to maximize my browser. Obj name dot window maximize is a command which I am using to maximize my browser instance. Okay, in order to maximize my browser instance, I am just using obj name dot a window maximize command, guys. That's fine. I just maximized my browser. So let me run this script and check it out whether the browser got a maximizer or not. Right click, run as a Java application. My script is getting executed as of now. See here, the browser was maximized by my Selenium itself. Okay, the browser was maximized by my code itself. This is the step. That's fine. That's fine. Cool. And then up to here, guys, this is the way how can we launch these instances. That's fine. This is a simple script. Now I'm creating another script, new class RC2. In this particular class, again, we need to create an object to default Selenium class. Right? We need to create an object to default Selenium class. So default Selenium space Selenium. I'm just giving the name as a Selenium is equal to new default Selenium of localhost 4444 star Firefox star Firefox, and the last one is a http www.bing.com only. That's fine. I just opened the same application, and in order to import the desired packages, control plus shift plus O. If we press control shift and O, all these three keys at a time, automatically the required uh, imports will be imported. The required commands will be imported to your test script whenever you are doing this action. Okay, whenever you are doing this action, automatically all the required things will be imported. That's fine. I just specified that. Once after we are done up to here, the another point of what exactly I need to do now then. Okay, the another point of what exactly I need to do over here is, so here Selenium dot start, which will launch the browser. Selenium dot open, which will open the application, and Selenium dot window maximize, which will maximize the browser. So up to here, this is the code which I have written in my previous case itself. I would like to write down a new code which is a bing.com again, where in which the code which I would like to write down over here is, I would like to enter a value into a text field. Guys, if you remember, in order to enter a value into any kind of a fields, if you remember IDE, the corresponding command we used over there is, okay, the corresponding command we used over there is type command. Did you remember that? Type is a command which we used in IDE. Okay, type is a command which we used in IDE in order to enter a value. Right? The same command I would like to use it over here also. See here, selenium dot type, to which I need to specify the locator where exactly I would like to enter the value and what value I would like to enter. I would like to enter Mukesh into this field. I would like to enter Mukesh into the field. Where exactly my field is? Right click, inspect element with a firebug. It is having an ID property. Copy the ID property from the browser and specify ID is equal to sb underscore form underscore q. ID is equal to sb underscore form underscore q. And now, after entering the value, I would like to perform a click operation on this. So right click, inspect element with a firebug. It is having an ID property. Copy that. In order to perform a click operation, we need to use a click command. ID is equal to. So we are asking our WebDriver to perform a click operation on this thing. Okay, to perform a click operation on this particular thing. After that, my web page is reloading. Hence, I'm going for wait for page to load and I'm specifying 30,000 seconds, 30,000 milliseconds. Time in milliseconds. So we need to specify. Am I clear for everybody up to here? Is this point clear for everyone up to here? Fine. So we look into your questions now. See here guys, in order to identify any object, there are multiple ways. In order to identify any object, okay, in order to identify any object within a Firefox browser, we need to go in this way. If I would like to identify the object in a Firefox, Chrome browser, right click on a desired object and select inspect elements. See here the object properties is displaying, and even to a Firefox we can add another add-on which is a FirePath or else an XPath generator add-on also, which will be directly generating the object properties. We are having a n number of ways, out of which we are choosing this is a traditional way. Okay, that's fine. In case the application is not ready and we are in a process of writing the script, so how we will do so? The simple point over here is the one point what exactly we need to remember. Assume that I'm working for a TCS organization. Okay, I'm just working for a TCS organization as an automation tester. In my organization, you know that TCS is a huge organization. Roughly, there are 20 projects are there which we need to automate. This is the first thing. Okay, assume that there are 20 projects are there which we need to automate. So for all the 20 projects, we no need to start from scratch. The process what we usually follow is we will create a base project. So what exactly a base project? In this particular project, it will contain all the informations like handling of links, buttons, images, text fields. What are all the generic web application fields objects are there? We are just specifying all the objects over there itself. So if I would like to implement it to my project 1, copy the base project instance. Okay, copy the base project instance and modify the things related to this project alone. Okay, modify the things related to this project alone. Okay, that's the thing. So it means what are all the things will be defined, we need to change them itself. Remaining things are one and the same. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Am I clear for you all? Fine. That's fine. So Done. So done up to here. So this is the stuff. So now we have created a script. Let's try to run this script. So right click, run as a Java application. I'm just executing my test script now. As I am executing my test scripts, okay, that's fine. See here, if you observe, the search results are got displayed over here, guys. For us, the search results got displayed. So I have written a script to perform the search functionality, and hence the results are got displayed for us. As per our requirement, it's just performed the actions. Am I clear for you all? So how exactly? Can you please explain one more time type and a click commands? See the simple logic. So in Selenium IDE we used the type and a click commands to perform a typing operation and a clicking operation. The same commands we need to use here also. Okay. So here type is a command which is used to enter a value. Click is a command which is used to perform a click operation. Hence, for the type, we need to specify where exactly we need to perform type operation. For the click command, where exactly we need to perform click operation. We need to specify these things. Okay, we need to specify all these information. That's fine, guys. Done up to here. Once we are done, let me create a new script, and this is the last script for the today's class, which is RC3 is my script. So where in which in this scenario I would like to go for bing.com preferences page. This is the page. See, if you observe the application after the .com, it is having some URL. Okay, so here create an object to default a Selenium class space Selenium is equal to new default Selenium. Guys, that's completely up to your wish. Whatever the name you need to specify, you can specify that name. So I'm just specifying the whole stuff here. Selenium.start, Selenium.open. Whereas in this case, we do have some portion of URL. Copy that and specify in a open command. So when this application got opened, whatever the content is there in a default Selenium class URL, and this URL, it will open that particular stuff. After that, after opening that, see in this particular page we do have a checkbox. See here we do have a checkbox. The search, see the search as you type. The search checkbox is there. Right click on the checkbox, inspect element with a firebug. It is having an ID property as a ENAS. Copy that, go back to the script, selenium dot uncheck command. Uncheck is a command which we are using to perform a uncheck operation on a checkbox. After performing an uncheck operation, I would like to pass my script for some time. If you remember, in Selenium IDE, we do have a pass a command which we discussed. The objective is to stop the script for some time. This is similar to that of a pass a command in IDE. Both will stop the script for specified time. As of now, whenever you are using a pass command, some kind of an error message is being displaying over there. So which we are treating it as an exception handling. So that error message in details we will be discussing in our further classes. Okay, forgot about that one. Okay, that's fine. Done up to here. So after this one, just run this scripts, and right now what I'm gonna do now means selenium dot close the command. I would like to close my browser instance. So close is a command which is used to close the browser. So just run the script and check out how exactly this is gonna work. Run as a Java application. It's been executing the script now. See, I think it closed the browser too. See here, after the script execution, okay, so we observed that one browser instance got closed, only one browser instance got opened. So whenever we are going for a close command, it will close only one browser. For suppose, in order to close the browser instance, we are using a stop command, close all the browser instances. In order to close all the browser instances, we are going for this command. Let me run my script, run as a Java application. See here, all the browser instances got closed whenever we are going for stop command. That's fine. Am I clear for you all so far, or do you people have any questions for me? There is a simple check and uncheck actions, but in the browser we are unable to check out whether the actions is performing or not. So right now I am just passing the code which is closing my browser and run my program. See, it's been executing the program. See here, the checkbox went into a unchecked mode. Okay, the checkbox went into an unchecked mode. The same way here, we can use another command which is selenium dot check command id is equal to. I can use a check command to perform a check operation on a checkbox too. Uncheck is a command which is used to uncheck the checkbox. Check is a command which is used to perform check operation on a checkbox. And after that, selenium dot is a command is there. Generally in RC we do have a too many is commands are there. Is a command which is used to verify something in a browser. Is checked. Is checked is a command which we are using, which is used to check whether that particular checkbox is in a checked mode or not. Whether that particular checkbox is in a checked mode or not. In order to know that particular one, we are going for this is a command. Is check is a command which is used to know whether a checkbox is in a checked mode or not. If it is in a checked mode, it will return a true. If it is in an unchecked mode, it will return a false. By default, after navigating to that particular page, it's in a checked mode itself. Hence, I am storing the result in a x system.out.println. Default value is a plus x. After unchecking, again I am getting the status and I am storing it in a y. After uncheck. Now run the script again and check out the output over here in the console. This time it will return a true first and then it will return a false too. Okay, it will return a true first and then it will return a false too. That's fine. See, go to the console. See here, true got returned first and a false got returned later. It means the checkbox status is a check is a command which is getting the checkbox status. In RC, what are all the is commands are there which we are using, which will be getting the status of that checkbox itself. Okay, is it is a verifying whether something is there or not. Okay, it might be a checkbox, a link, or else any images, whatever it might be. It's just checking that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Am I clear for you all? or do you people have any questions for me? Fine, guys. Done up to here. So I will be sharing this recording to you people. Just have a look into that. Okay, just have a look into that. Okay, fine, guys. So you will get that running. No, you will get that video in just 1 hour. Okay, have a look into that video and practice this stuff. Okay, I'm gonna share you the video from this YouTube link itself. Just have a look into that video. Okay, guys. Yes. So see, the thing is, I was just waiting for a couple of people, and it's been displaying, and it's been taking some time to wait for others. So, but from tomorrow onwards, a general